Today's learning targets are: I can describe how different liquids react to each other if their densities are different. So we're touching on this one because this is a huge part of a lot of different topics of science. This idea that not just solids but liquids actually react to each other differently if their densities are different too. And I know you've seen stuff like this before. For instance, the activity that we're doing today, or the video that you're going to watch today about the density tower. You've probably seen stuff like that before. But this is a huge part in so many of our cycles on Earth, this idea that different liquids, and when I say liquids, I mean liquids can be anything that is like a fluid. So anything fluid is something that can take the shape of a container. So for instance, obviously water, milk, ketchup actually is kind of like a fluid. Stuff like that are the things that we're really talking about. And gases are also considered to be a fluid because they can also take the shape of a container. And here's the reason why that's important. Gases and liquids, when they heat up, tend to be less dense, and so therefore they rise. If they become cooler, then they sink. And I know you guys have studied this before because you've talked about this in weather. You've talked about this when you did plate tectonics. You talked about this if you studied ocean currents and stuff like that. So it's a huge part of a lot of the things that you guys have studied and will study in science. So it's important to note that and see examples of that in action. So not a ton of new stuff today. There is a flip grid for you to do. There's some obvious stuff in your input and output. And there is a density practice today where you have to figure out the density if you're given the mass and the volume, and then this other activity with the liquids. Please make sure that you're still following directions. Please make sure that you're still budgeting your time wisely. And I can say with certainty that tomorrow we're going to do some review, and then next week we're going to have some sort of assessment about the metric system, and we'll talk tomorrow about what that looks like. Have a great day.